Garcia, Bonilla, Mainshine, O'Donnell.
We have a quorum. That is great. And we do have one item on the proposed consent agenda, item number 3, AB 54. Okay. So we do have a motion and a second, and Ms. Olson has also offered that we worked pretty extensively on amendments for this bill, and Ms. Olson has agreed to continue to work with the committee as amendments come up on that bill. But we thought it was still appropriate for consent. So we do have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Stone.
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wagner.
Aye.
Wagner, aye. Alejo. Chow.
Aye.
Chow, aye. Chu.
Aye.
Chu, aye. Gallagher.
Aye.
Gallagher, aye. Garcia. Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Mainshine. Mainshine, aye. O'Donnell.
All right. Consent agenda is out. So that is, again, AB 54, Ms. Olson. That is our consent agenda. All right, I see Mr. Lowe in the audience, so we'll move to item number 2, AB 1386.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and members. First off, I'd like to thank the Chair and the committee staff for working very diligently with our office. Assembly Bill 1386 will voluntarily allow businesses and organizations and other entities to obtain a prescription and to stock epinephrine auto-injectors for use in an emergency. Allergies are a large part of our growing population, and in fact, many of us probably have children and our family members who have been exposed to such activities. Today, an estimated 1 out of 13 children and 1 out of 20 adults in the United States has a food allergy. Considerably higher number than estimates just a few years ago. Failure to administer epinephrine early in the course of treatment has been repeatedly implicated in allergy fatalities. Currently, 47 states have laws to allow and/or mandate schools to stock epinephrine auto-injectors, but schools are not the only place where children come into contact with allergens capable of causing such problems. This bill would provide access to epinephrine auto-injectors and make them more readily available where places individuals come into contact with potentially life-threatening allergens and would allow for a quicker administration in event of an emergency. I want to make a clear distinction that this bill also provides liability protections to businesses and organizations or entities that obtain epinephrine auto-injectors. Today with me is Christy Woods on behalf of the American Red Cross, who I know is on her way, and Bruce Watt on behalf of Mylan to speak in support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So your witnesses in support, please.
Good morning. My name is Bruce Lott, and I'm the Vice President of State Government Relations for Mylan. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. Over the past 4 years, there have been several high-profile anaphylaxis-related tragedies around the country, in schools and outside of schools. Deaths in Illinois in 2011, Georgia and Virginia in 2012, California, Texas, and New York in 2013, and Minnesota in 2014 resulted in significant attention to the issue and much discussion about how to address it. Studies done in school settings show that between 20 and 55% of anaphylactic events occurred in individuals who were not previously known to have an allergy. That's one of the reasons we think this is so important to have this readily available for those who were not previously diagnosed. Anaphylaxis to food allergies alone results in approximately 90,000 emergency room visits in the U.S. each year and 1,500 deaths. More than 62,000 schools nationwide, including 9,500 here in California, are now stocking epinephrine auto-injectors, as far as we know, due to a program that we have to help provide them for them. AB 1386 will build upon the school access law and the lay rescuer laws. It'll expand access to this critical medication to authorized entities, including daycare, colleges, universities, camps, restaurants, theme parks, and others. The legislation would not require any entity to stock epinephrine auto-injectors, but it would simply allow it. And it would allow California to become the 20th state to pass such legislation. We look forward to working with you, the advocates, and other interested parties to try to help pass this legislation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Other witnesses in support? Any witnesses in opposition? All right, seeing none, I'll bring it back to the committee. Questions from committee members? We do have a motion and a second. The motion is due pass 2 appropriations. All right. Mr. Lowe, you may close.
I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Stone.
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wagner. Wagner, aye. Alejo. Chow. Chow, aye. Chu. Chu, aye. Gallagher. Gallagher, aye. Garcia. Bonilla. Bonilla, aye. Mainshine. Mainshine, aye. O'Donnell.
That bill is out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That brings us to item number 1, H.R. 32, by Speaker Atkins, being presented by Assemblymember Burke. Good morning.
Members, is this on? Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. Next Friday, January 22nd, marks the 43rd anniversary of Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court decision recognizing a woman's right to control her own body. The landmark decision has been the cornerstone of our rights as women to control our reproductive lives, allowing every woman to decide when, if, and with whom she will have children. In many ways, Roe v. Wade paved the way for millions of women to participate in the workforce, boost our national economy, and live longer, healthier lives through a drastic reduction in maternal mortality rates in this country. Prior to the decision, illegal abortions accounted for approximately 17% of all reported deaths during pregnancy and childbirth in the United States. Given how far we've come in the U.S., the lengths that California has gone to in order to defend every woman's right to choose, it's frightening to me to watch the constant barrage of attacks on the protection and freedoms afforded by Roe v. Wade decision. More than half of California's counties do not have an accessible abortion provider, leaving women to travel 5 hours by train or bus for care. In urban areas, the demand for service results in long waits. These challenges can force women to wait until more advanced stages of their pregnancy before obtaining an abortion, leading to increased risk of medical complications. AB 154, authored by Speaker Atkins, broadened the type of health professionals permitted to perform abortion services in the first trimester. This has been an important step forward, but there is still more that needs to be done. Next week, as we look back at the landmark in women's rights, we must renew our pledge to protect women's health and every woman's right to choose. On behalf of Speaker Atkins, I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you. Any witnesses in support? Seeing none, any witnesses in opposition? Seeing none, bring it back to the committee. So we do have a motion and a second. The motion is that the resolution be adopted. Questions, comments? Seeing none, you may close.
I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Stone.
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wagner. No. Wagner, no. Alejo. Chow. Chow, aye. Chu. Chu, aye. Gallagher. No. Gallagher, no. Garcia. Bonilla. Aye. Bonilla, aye. Mainshine. Aye. Mainshine, aye. O'Donnell. O'Donnell, aye.
Thank you.
That's enough. It passes. Thank you very much. All right, I will, it's about 10 after 10, leave the roll open for about 5 minutes to let absent members come and add on. Our business otherwise is done. Thank you all very much.